taking shots at the Satan full clip. I could picture my enemy, Kodak. Don't question my qadr, he wrote that. Jahannam is hot, no slack, but his mercy is real, cold fact.
Asalamualaikum guys, my name is Muhammad.
And I'm Ismail.
And today in the Dunya, we'll be having a very special interview with our guest, Tez Ilyas. And if you don't know about Tez Ilyas, he is an actor and a comedian. He's the actor who played the character of 8 in Man Like Mobeen. And we do talk about what happened to his character later on in this episode. So make sure you stay tuned. Asalamualaikum guys, sorry to disturb you during your listening to the podcast. I just wanted to give you a quick word from our first ever sponsor. This is from Anchor. So if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Anchor is free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast as well with no minimum listenership, which is just amazing for new starting podcasters. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. I highly recommend it. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm, the website, to get started. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your podcast. Assalamualaikum guys, we're here with our special guest once again. His name's Tez Ilyas, and we don't need to introduce him. Everyone knows about him. He's a comedian, actor, and probably a whole lot more that we're going to find out about today. So Tez, how are you doing, bro? Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you for having me, Muhammad and Ismail. Very nice to be here. Well, I'm literally just got out of the shower and I'm on my bed, but people don't need to know that. We're here in the virtual world together.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we'll get straight into the questions. Right. Okay, so Tez, so what is your story and how did you get to where you are now?
So I was born in Blackburn, in a working class Muslim Asian family. Went to a really rubbish high school, ended up doing okay, went to college, flunked my A-levels, went through clearing and got into Lancaster University, did a bachelor's in biochemistry, a master's in management, didn't really fancy a career in science, got onto the graduate program of the civil service, the fast stream, worked at the Home Office for 10 years. After 4 years of working in the Home Office, I was like, I need a hobby. Googling, writing workshops, stuff like that, and I came across a stand-up workshop, and I thought, my friends tell me I'm funny. I'm deluded enough to believe that. So I signed up to this thing. It was 1 day a week for 6 weeks. And I thought, and it was really good fun. And it got me into writing and stuff. It doesn't teach you how to be funny, but it gives you the mechanics of stand-up. And I just started, and then at the end of it, there's a showcase where everyone who was on the little workshop, they invited their friends, and whatever they practiced, whatever they got together over that workshop, they did in front of them, like in front of a live audience. Yeah. And people laughed in the right place. So I just carried on. I found this open mic circuit in London where new comics learn how to do stand-up. And that was in 2010. And I just started gigging hard around London and then beyond London. And 10 years later, here I am with you two.
Yeah, that sounds like a mad journey, not going to lie. So was being a comedian and an actor, was that always your dream career, or did you see yourself going somewhere else?
Nah, bro. I we're from working class neighborhoods in these Asian areas. Like the idea of being a comedian, if you said that to me when I was 15, 16, or you're going to be a comedian when you grow up, you might have told me I could become an astronaut. It was so far removed from our experience. Like nowadays, it's different. People have got Instagram, TikTok, they see a lot more in it. But back in them days, there was nothing that I could see that, I could be like that person, you know what I mean? So no ambitions growing up for doing it. I just fell into it accidentally, and alhamdulillah, this is what Allah wanted for me, and this is what I ended up doing. Yeah,
so it was just that workshop that really turned it around for you.
Yeah.
So let's go down this road.
Before that, I literally didn't have any ambitions to get into the arts, into drama, acting, comedy, anything like that. It was just Achanak one day I saw that workshop on Google and I thought I was in the right frame of mind to sign up to it that day, and I thought, I'll just have a go in it, see what happens.
Yeah. What am I doing? One of the funniest comedians I've ever come upon. They actually want to be a comedian and we got him by accident.
Innit? Mad.
Okay, so next question. What's your favorite moment in Man Like Mobeen?
Man, there's so many. There's a few. That hospital episode is my favorite episode.
Oh,
that I love that. Just filming that was so much fun. I mean, filming it all is so much fun. But that episode in particular, I think is definitely my favorite. Also in the later season 3, when we're in the church, with our teacher's funeral, and we all stood around that coffin arguing with that woman and her daughter. Like, that is one of my favorite scenes as well, because that took so long to film because we just kept laughing. Like, so that was really good fun.
Oh, I saw that. Honestly, that one had me in stitches. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Appreciate that, bro. But it's all good fun, man. Like, we have so much fun filming that. Like, it's just for me to be my first proper acting job. Like, it's just, alhamdulillah, it's amazing.
Mashallah. So that links in really well into the next question, and it was, what was it like to work on set with all these great cast members?
Working on set, bro, it's not what you imagine. It's long. Like, I never appreciated before how hard it is being an actor. Don't get me wrong, it's not like being like a bin man or anything like that. You know what I mean? But it still is hard, man. Like, them takes that you see, we have to do about 100 takes because there's only one camera. So you have to film it from all the different angles. And each angle, you do about 10, 15 takes. So what you see on TV, what you see for 5 minutes on TV takes a whole day to film.
Wow.
So you have to have a lot of patience and if you're trying to be funny as well, it's hard to keep that going by the time you're in the 50th take because you've heard it like 49 times already and you're like, is this even funny anymore? But you just got to keep going. So that's it's a lot harder than people think. I think I've got a new respect for like acting and all that, the film business.
So was this Man Like Mobeen? Was this your first acting job?
Yeah, I did like a few little short things, like 5-10 minute ones here and there.
Yeah.
But like a proper TV thing. Yeah.
Okay. How was learning the lines? Obviously, we've got to ask you that. How was learning the lines?
I'm all right in it because my character just comes in, says one dumb thing, and then just I get confused for the whole scene. So for me, that job was perfect because I didn't really have to learn the lines that hard because it didn't even matter if I really said the line exactly how it was written anyway because I knew the character. So I would be like, he just needs to say something a bit stupid that no one else would say. And it would fit perfectly with his character. So that, for me, that was probably, in terms of learning lines, it wasn't that difficult. But I know like with Guz, it was hard because, he's virtually in every single scene delivering the lines and stuff. So it's a lot harder for him. But for my character, for me personally, like it wasn't, that learning the lines for that particular character is not that difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, in your time, you've reached a lot of goals. You've done a lot of quite big things. So right now, do you have any more plans for the future, and where do you see yourself in, say, like 10 years?
Well, I'm a stand-up, firstly, primarily. So I want to take stand-up to the next level. Like, I want to be able to tour big theatres in my own name, sell out the Apollo in my own name and play these big theatres in these big cities and hopefully, inshallah, one day get a Netflix special or two in it, one of them ones.
Inshallah.
So that would be great.
Yeah.
I would have to get my own show on TV as well, my own little sitcom set in Blackburn. That would be nice. And it'd be nice to make a film or two. Like, have you seen Shaun of the Dead?
No, actually, I haven't.
No,
but to make like a wicked British Asian comedy that everyone loves, that would be sick.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you're one of them, I'll definitely be binge watching it.
Yeah, bro. No, we need it, man. Like that's them sort of like, because we know how funny our community is, isn't it? We just gotta get that. We just gotta kind of get that on camera with a good story.
Yeah, it gives us some recognition.
Asian community is naturally hilarious.
We are, man. People don't even realize.
Yeah. So what are your, obviously, we're not gonna say in case anyone hadn't watched it, but something big happened at the end of season 2. So what are your opinions on what happened? Like, are you coming back to the show?
Do you mean season 3?
Yeah, season 3. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, without giving any spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, yeah, that was a big thing in it. But you got to understand, like, from our perspective, obviously it's sad what happened in it because that character didn't
Yeah,
deserve what happened to him because he's a innocent guy in it. But you
yeah,
gotta understand, like in the real world, if you have punge, if you're out there doing these bad things, often it's the innocent people that are not involved that get hurt in it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you want,
yeah,
so you want to tell that story and that message to people who are involved in these sort of things. Like, Cholo, they might not get to you, yeah, but they'll get to your loved ones in it. So think about your
mm,
actions and that. So from that perspective, it's quite a powerful thing to happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that forget Star Wars, forget all the Avengers movies. That what happened at the end of that season. Honestly, that gave me tears. He was one of the best characters, and what happened to him was just unfair. I think, not gonna lie.
Right, man, that's deep. That's
Uh,
deep.
what do you think? Is there any chance? Are you in season 4? Or all of season 4 is coming out? Or
I don't even, we haven't heard anything about season 4. So these things like we like when I know people know like so obviously I don't make the show in it. So Gus
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the creator of the show. So he and the producer and all those guys have the conversations with BBC and all that. And then when they tell them, then they let me know in it, and then we let you guys know. So at the moment, there's no word about a season 4 or a movie or what's happening next, anything like that. So literally, I don't know. And because there's no season 4 announcement or anything, I don't know what's going to happen with me in terms of my involvement.
yeah, yeah. So how did you take it when they told you what was gonna happen at the end? Were you like chilled, or you like no?
It was emotional, innit? Like we were
Yeah.
doing a table read, and I don't know because I don't like to read the scripts beforehand, innit? Because I like to be surprised when I'm in the room when everyone's
Yeah.
reading it. So yeah, everyone was quite emotional. There were quite a few people crying in the room and stuff. So that was it was big, man.
It was
But it
that
felt
big.
like because
Yeah,
I love them shows in it where they do that to the big characters like Game of Thrones and stuff like that. So for me to be for
yeah,
my character to be involved in that, it was big. It was big.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously we have Tez Ilyas on the show. Huge comedian. We can't have him here without him telling us a quick joke.
Yeah.
So Tez, if you don't mind.
All right, bros. Let's see. This is a corny one though.
All right.
What would you call an Asian archaeologist?
I don't know what do you call this.
I'm not sure.
Archaeologist.
Dig deep.
Sorry.
Dig deep.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get that one.
That silence was deafening. Chalo, my comedy isn't for everyone, innit? Listen, what does an archaeologist do? They dig in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's like an Indian name? Dig deep.
Oh.
Oh, you know.
No, you
I'm
lot are
so
dead.
sorry.
No, I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up now. That's it. You lot are dead. Dead.
Oh my days, man. So that's not how we expected that to go. No worries. Jazakallah for being on the show.
Yeah,
Really
Jazakallah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, Jazakallah, man.
No, thank you for having me, boys. And I'll keep in touch on that, on Instagram and all that.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. All right.
Okay.
No
So-
worries, boys. Asalamualaikum.
Wa
Wa
alaikum
alaikum
assalam.
assalam.
Well, that's been today in the Dunya with our guest Tez Ilyas. We've been your hosts, Ismail,
And Muhammad.
and we'll see you next time in the Dunya. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
But pretend my religion come first and comes making my ends. Islam, this my deen, and it's not what you see on TV. How we be following prophecies. Put on in this sunnah, surely is a key. I pray I remain on the path, mustaqim. So when I rise, Jannah I will see.